Hello once again. This is The Face, also known as D Quick. That would be my rap name. Funny how they won't let me drop any fucking music on YouTube. But anyway, like I said, you'll have to contact me by leave a comment. Might give you my email, and yeah, if you want to get a copy of some of the music of mine. But anyway. So I wanted to come on here. I wanted to talk about something that I'm starting to notice that I don't like. Wanted to see how it reacts, and that's I don't know because I live here in Sydney, Australia. I mean, maybe if you're from somewhere else, you can also comment on this and give me your thoughts. But I've noticed that um, like with the change of how this fucking bullshit with social media and popular culture and just all the real sort of outlandish, very sort of impromptu fucking ways that they, like go deep into certain things that are meant to be personal, that aren't really meant to be put out there like that, and like everybody, then thinks, oh well, I can judge people based on this shit, and then you get these motherfuckers, these strangers, they'll eavesdrop on your conversation, they start getting involved like an interloper, and no one's calling this shit out. And it's like, what the fuck is this shit? This is bullshit. What the fuck is going on with it? So, that's starting to be a bit fucking creepy, man. Like, yeah. So, I don't know what the fuck is going on there with that. You get people walk up, well, not walk up, but, they might walk by, or if you're standing around somewhere, I don't know, whatever you're doing, like at a party or some shit, and just random motherfuckers just get involved. You don't know the cunt. They never introduced themselves. They don't bother with that. They just seem to think they could just, talk however they want. Like if you have that experience, turn around and ether that motherfucker. You know, turn around and cuss them the fuck out. Because they don't deserve to, be allowed to get away with that. And it's not just that, it's also, more people need to call that shit out, like don't fucking think that everything you see on a fucking screen is realistic and that's the way you gotta interact with people. It's a war for our fucking minds. Psychological warfare. I'm going to drop a video about that. I might have to go right in depth about that. I'm not going to drop it on here, but I'm going to lead up to it. But, when they drop too much fucking bullshit like that out there, they're trying to warp your mind and make you more blue-pilled than red-pilled. And it's really fucking pathetic. And, yeah, that's just one side effect that I noticed of all this shit that they put out on there. I mean, they've got us divided in so many fucking ways now. Here in Sydney, I'm noticing that there's like, when it comes to intersectional clashes, there's like 10 different intersectionality clashes. What my first video I said there was 8, but I had to count another 2 because they're starting to spring up just a little bit more, or something that I might just add in there. So we're fighting over race, we're fighting over class, fighting over subculture, gender shit, sexual orientation shit with the Alphabet Club, the LGBTQIAPK, soon to add a PHE. That's literally what it is. I'm not just making all of that up. You go look it up. And that PHE, that's pedophile, hebephile, or febophile. You go look that shit up too. That's what they want to add on there. Onto the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, intersex, asexual, pansexual, and kink. I don't know how the fuck they're going to have all of that in there. Like, ugh. So there we go. We got race, class, subculture, sexual orientation, gender. We got fucking generational clashes. That has a lot to do with subculture clashes, intelligence clashes, and not just smart people putting dumb people down, dumb people with the trash-cultured, anti-intellectual, tall poppy syndrome shit. That has a lot to do with class. Some culture also has a lot to do with class as well. That gay shit and all that, that has a lot to do with class. Feminine, that a lot to do with class. Even race can have a lot to do with class. What are the others here? Discriminating against people with a disability, and not just, people that have got a genuine disability or overweight people or whatever. But, people, like you become emotional when everybody's been brainwashed, particularly the dumber they are, that, oh, you're mental. And they put shit on you, and it's like, how the fuck does that fucking work? Kill yourself. So there's classism in that. And the other two that I'm starting to notice is, what do you call it? Fucking cults. There's those things out there, but a lot of the time they're underground and people don't really know about them. But, you can also talk about it like the cult of personality. Popular culture has a lot to do with that. I might drop a video about that. I mean, if you want me to drop a video dissing popular culture, leave a comment suggestion, and I might. And I'll read it all out, and I'll go through it, and I'll diss it and that, and you might like that video. But I don't really know if I really want to drop that. I might get a bit of flack for that, so I'll have to get people that listen to this and drop comments wanting it. Anyway, and the other one is this vegan shit, And I understand one of the main reasons why they want to get into that is because, we're overpopulating the planet, and, cows, they're so fucking detrimental to the environment. They're like more than 200 times worse than fucking pollution when it comes to methane. Then it comes also down to like it's 10,000 litres of water for 1 kilo of beef. That's a very, very expensive thing. But I don't agree with it because I do eat meat, and I'm an Indigenous Australian person, and we used to slaughter animals for millions of years, so I don't really agree to it like that. But, then that goes on to another thing. I might even drop it in this video. Fuck it, I might as well, because I might not even spend that much time on it. But it comes down to with all the different intersectionality clashes, you've got it where, I came up with different concepts about people on different planets, and, I've got a lot of different ideas. I don't know if I want to drop them. You've got to drop a comment if you want those ideas. I don't know if I want to drop it all on here because realistically, I think initially we should mainly get, people from overcrowded countries out to, different planets and that. So yeah, and I've got all that written out, yeah, that might be an idea. So might not even drop all of that on here. I might leave that. But yeah, and that would accumulate to about 2.8 billion people and counting. We're at what? As it is today in April 2019, we're at 7.7 billion. It's just fucking astronomical how much it's growing. And, that's why everything is getting so expensive, because these big businesses, they want to bring... And look, I'm not trying to talk about racism on here and all that, but we've got to be pragmatic about this shit. They're bringing in people from other countries and that, and then what ends up happening when your population grows is everything becomes competitive, so they end up raising the price. It's a fucking scam. Wake up, people. And I just get fucking sick of that. I really don't like it. I really don't like our, the Masons and the Illuminatoids and all that, how they're trying to dilute culture and make it disgusting and all that. That's another thing I'm sick of, And, that goes into the other part. I might even drop it on here. I am a religious person. And, that's one thing that I don't fucking like as well, is that, I'm getting so much I'm seeing so much atheists dissing people, dissing religious people. And one thing I've noticed is that, yeah, fair enough, a lot of these are white people, but a lot of those white people tend to be, people that live an alternate lifestyle, part of the gay movement, and, some of the fake feminists and all that. That's what I call them, because they're not real feminine, let's be honest. But, yeah, a lot of them, because the church has blocked them, they turn around and become vitriolic atheists. So we got a lot of white atheists, you'll see in here. I tend to charge that to the game, because, all they'll do is just keep trying to cuss you out and have a cuss match, and they're not intelligent, they're not rational people. We tend to notice that, either that or they've had a sour experience with the church. I'll notice a lot of people that, been raped in the Catholic experience decades ago, they turned out to be vitriolic atheists. Get a fucking life. What they done has fuck all to do with your relationship with God. But what I'm starting to notice in the black community is you're getting so many black bastards who are fucking swearing at people in religion and that, and I'm getting a bit fucking tired of that. You know, and I might even drop names here, you know, that Cerulean Grey, Angry Man, I've noticed them fucking doing that, you know. What's his fucking name? Um, that other fuckwit. Obsidian, you know, he's another one, you know. Like, dudes, you come from a spiritual fucking people, and because you're descendant of a displaced people in the United States, and surrounded by all these, different fucking, you know, artificially created fucking, you know, ideals and subcultures and bullshit fucking shit that's out there, especially in a disgusting joint like the United States, and you get suckered into that, and somehow you go against religion like that, and you're so vitriolic. Motherfucker, go and light yourself on fire. You're spitting in the face of all your fucking ancestors. They went through all that hardship to fucking spit you out and to have you fucking barking like that. Get cancer and die, you motherfucker. You know, like, I don't know what your fucking gripe is about religion, whether you question it, you know, that's just your mental disposition, or that's just you at the time, or you had a sour experience, or I don't know, you just don't seem to rock with that. You don't need to turn around and be vitriolic like that. And so I'm calling all of you motherfuckers out like that, you know. Come see me, nigga, because I ain't fucking putting up with any more of you motherfuckers. Fuck all of you atheist scumbags. You're the fucking devil's fucking creation, and yous all need to be fucking executed just like how it was back in Europe when they fucking used to put people in the guillotine and that. You know? Fuck you. Who the fuck do you think you are? And that's why I seem to think that, you know, like, if you're a Christian, Jews, and Muslims listen to this video, pay attention to what I'm about to say. You look at the sword of Lucifer, and it talks about Christian, Jews, and Muslims. And so we're meant to be together, the Abrahamic faiths, because the enemy knows that we're worshipping the true, you know, spirit there, the creator spirit, the one we call God, you know. And so we need to come together against these atheists and these devil worshippers and that, man, because they're just trying to fucking piss all over us, and we're not doing anything, and you're seeing what's going on. You know, when you get shit like Muslims getting massacred and churches getting shot up and synagogues getting shot up and no one's doing nothing about it. You know, like, that shit's got to fucking stop. You know, and this comes back to psychological warfare. And another thing I want to talk about, psychological warfare. You know, that's something that, you know, pretty much whites and Asians, you know, have been throughout their fucking history. You know, I'm not going to talk about it too much on here. I might have to get your followers, you know, to request me to, you know, bring out facts and different talking points and that. Maybe you might want to get involved in that video. I don't know. I might even put up a stream, you know, hangouts or whatever for that. And we can talk about it. But the main thing I just want to cover briefly on psychological warfare is that's a European thing, you know, because they've been through centuries of all of that shit. They went through, you know, different countries and cultures colonizing each other and all that. Then they went through, you know, the religious wars, and they were very, very brutal. You know, then you had things like fucking Nazism and fascism and imperialism and communism and the whole fucking lot. And so it's like a war of your mind. And white people, the ones that are left, after so many of them died throughout those fucking wars and the bubonic plague and all of that, you know, that's probably why a lot of white people have all these weird illnesses that no other cunt gets because of that shit. They're the leftovers, and they obviously got a disease biology going through that bubonic plague shit. Funny how a lot of white fellas leave that out, but I'm going to drop it here. But, you know, also a legacy of that is, you know, the war on the mind, you know, they've had to learn to be tough, and so they're the survivors of that. And so, you know, that's how come white people tend to have this cutting edge or want to be a cheese rat, you know, climb the ladder and be very class driven and that. Other cultures, we're not used to that. Indigenous people are not used to that. Black people are not used to that. Muslims, Hindus, all of us are not used to that shit. You know? And so, you know, we're seeing that a lot of our people are finding it difficult. And so, yeah, it's something that, you know, is causing a lot of division between people, and this is what you're seeing, you know, like there's intersectionality clashes and all that. So yeah, yep. And if you can hear that in the background, ignore that. And that's just neighbours. So yep, and yeah. So yeah, like I said, if you want me to talk about the planets and the different ideas, give me a like, subscribe, drop comments, asking for it. If you want to get, if you want to go with me, go through it with me on a maybe a hangout, a live stream, um, or maybe just want me to drop something about psychological warfare, do the same. Drop a comment asking for it, and yeah, I could do that. So anyway, I know I've rambled on and crossed different subjects. I don't even know what I'm going to title this, but yeah, no, it's been good, and look forward to seeing and hearing your comments or whatever. And take care. Till next time. This is The Face, D Quick, and I'm out.